oriented themselves.
Here on Main Street, what do we actually have?
And what led us here to Main Street is we've had a group that continued to run along the street, running in the roadway, blocking traffic, and mouse individuals get demands. Every time we attempted to bring our sound truck up to give a dispersal order, they would run to another street and leave on. So ultimately, we were able to corral a group that seemed to be a problematic group, maybe over 100 people that were left as part of the rambunctious group who were throwing objects at police, shooting fireworks. Police, unfortunately, were not able to positively identify some of the individuals because they were shooting from behind the crowd, projectiles at officers.
Were you able to arrest anybody in that crash?
Yeah, we have a few different mobile field force groups going right now. I've learned of one arrest for a person that used some sort of aerosol device and lit a match, like a flamethrower, improvised flamethrower, a homemade one, and that person was arrested for that charge. The specific charge I don't know. I know that there were several other people who were detained and cited for failing to disperse off the roadway, so that was traffic citations. So that's all I know at this time. Now, a dispersal order was given, and I have to join the other group right now, but we're in the process of dealing with the group that was given a lack of dispersal order, and if they fail to disperse the people that were here on Main, they have now, I believe, gone to one of the nearby streets, which I need to catch up to the group, but if they fail to disperse, they can be lawfully arrested because they failed to obey the dispersal order.
Thank you, Captain Stephen Ruiz, Central.
Yeah, it's Stephen Ruiz.
What's up, folks? Happy Friday. I'm such a dingbat for always waiting so long through the week to stream. I think I streamed last Sunday or something, which is pretty sad to go so long, but whatever. So anyway, yeah, I'm a little worked up, you know? You know? All right, so Jesus, Jay is already fucking throwing me off my slightly pre-planned game. Well, not really throwing me off, but I got to get right into Jay's comments here before I get going. Jay says Maxwell got moved to a minimum security camp in Texas today. I wonder if she gets a private chef and a 15-year-old girl to give her massages. You know, not that it's an excuse at all, right? But, and maybe some of you folks have wondered, I just wonder how much, like, Epstein abused Maxwell. And again, I am not making any excuses whatsoever about all the unthinkable shit she's done. It's kind of a side thought. So I have the Durham report keyed up. We'll get into that in a few minutes. I thought about revisiting, if I was organized, I would have revisited the Tulsi's ODNI report or statement or release or whatever a couple weeks ago, whenever it was, week or so ago. Just to show it's just complete, you know, I'm guilty of, you know, throwing out the fucking silly gotcha catchphrases, you know. I guess maybe not as bad as some, but Jesus Christ, I already lost my train of thought. What the hell? This is gonna be a struggle, isn't it? Yep, that one's totally out of my head. Forgot all that one's gone. I don't even know where the hell I was with that thought. Oh, so I guess the yeah, I was going to say vocabulary casserole or word salad, but really that's what it is. I mean, anybody that read Gabbard's fucking release last week or whenever it was, unless you're really susceptible to generalizations and fucking super just broad, you know, terms that just cover a really broad, completely gray, foggy, unclear definition, you know, or area. It's but I mean, I don't know. I wish I could find a way to let some of it go. Like, I just keep getting hung up on how fucking stupid these people are. Like, and I've tried hard, you guys, not to just, when I'm chatting with chuds, not to just say, look, you're a fucking moron, man. You know, because I don't pretend to have the fucking vocabulary or, you know, the in-depth psychoanalysis skills to deal with these people properly, I guess. I don't know. Or at the level that they need. They are, though. It's like, how fucking stupid do you have to be? I mean, for fuck's sake, you guys, I don't know about you all, but I try to be honest with you, and I feel like most folks have a tough time or two in their life, and I certainly have, and I've shared some of that with you guys, and I've always said, you know, a huge majority of that, like, I don't even want to say what percent, it's just large, very large, right? We can attribute to most of our hard times by our bad choices. And that doesn't mean we're always just like, fuck it, we know this is a bad choice and we're making it anyways because fuck it. But we do. I mean, I have. Any serious issues that I've had in my life, I brought on myself. And so I can't help but think how it is these motherfuckers, like, fully functioning adults, functioning for the most part, just being absolutely, you know, willing to just blah, 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 blah. I can't see, hear anything, you know. It's, oh, man. I don't know. I wish we could get a fucking, one of those brilliant Trumpers to explain the fucking madness to me. Well, we are. B says that people are general and stupid, in my opinion. Well, they are. We are. I mean, look. That's one thing I've tried not to shy away from is saying when I've got it wrong, you know, admitting that I'm just as susceptible, I guess, to really well done false information as anyone, you know. There's no excuse for that other than you try to do better every day. Darlene, what's up, sister? Cheers to you. Happy Friday. Thanks, sister. Mrs. V is out shopping with our youngest right now. That's their thing a couple times a week. It's pretty neat, though, to know the relationship that Mrs. V had with her mom, and you know that our oldest has just been a fucking champ, like a third parent through all these years, or at least the growing, the raising the kids years, you know. But our youngest is quite the firecracker, and she's just so independent, but has not, even though she has her own place and all that, she hasn't ventured real far from home, which I'm good with. Oh, you're good, Darlene. You're good, sister. You know, I would never want to discourage anyone from donating, and just because I don't want to seem like, you know, I don't want to be weird or whatever. I appreciate you, sister, and I know nobody's forcing you to donate. I appreciate you. Just know that your time is the most important thing. Peter, what's up, brother? Cheers to you, man. Good to see you. F47 Friday. Fucking A, brother. Should we do a little, I don't know if B wants to yap on it at all, but because we all know that she's one of our chatters that actually does do a lot of investing and pays attention to what's going on in the markets. These tariffs so I think is what happened this week, and obviously I'm no fucking financial expert. If I was to give financial advice, it'd be the same advice my grandpa gave me, and that's if you want to double your money, take your dollar bill and fold it in half and stick it in your pocket. So I think that so the Dow closed down 542 points today. Wow, is that right? It must have really fucking shot back down. Yeah, it was under 500 right at close, and then I guess the final results are 542. So, but I feel like the anticipation of these tariffs going into effect finally today is what gave us a really kind of is what caused the market to have negative closing numbers, I think, every day this week. I can't be sure that maybe there was one day it closed up like 10 points or something, the Dow anyways. But all the other markets are taking a hit, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ. So, but I think the anticipation of the tariffs are what caused the sketchy market earlier all through the week, and then today for sure, Trump not backing out on the tariffs. We see how that affected. Now, whether it will go, he'll continue these tariffs or if he'll allow them to stay in place because of the effect. I assume that he's probably going to, at least for a little while. Maybe, I mean, it's not going to just keep dropping if he doesn't release these or, backtrack these tariffs. And, still haven't, I mean, the trade deals are shit, right? Are they not? I mean, who are our three biggest trading partners? Is it not like Canada, Mexico, and China or something? So we don't have deals with any of those countries. Thanks, Darlene. I appreciate you, sister. Thank you so much. Very, very generous. Yeah, exactly, B. That's my point. Like that was my point about the anticipation of the tariffs affecting the market, right? B says the stock market reflects confidence in the economy. And so basically that's consumer confidence. Or, well, that's anticipated consumer confidence, which they're making a good assumption. Should we get some graphics going? Yeah, Jay says the highest point on the Dow in Trump's term was on the first day, exactly January 20th. And I've been looking at that. So if we go, let's do year to date, and we can go to January 20th. Well, we can't go to January 20th. The 21st was on a Monday. Or 21st was on a Tuesday, but obviously the markets are closed on Inauguration Day. So we see that January 21st, 2025, the market was 44,025. And now we can go back. We go back to December 4th, 2024, and the market was 45,014. And that's its highest point, I believe. Yes. So Trump's highest numbers were 45,010. Yep, I got that right. So you guys can probably kind of, well, maybe you can't because I have the screen cut off, don't I? All right, there you can still see it under me. Here again, December 4th, 45,014 is the Dow. And it never reached that point again. It did reach 45,010 on July 23rd. So last Friday, I'm guessing, right? Last Thursday or Friday. So that was it. And now if we're going to expand that to a 1 month. From June 30th, so, or we could say July 3rd, the day before the 4th. When was the, I forgot when the, exactly the bill was signed. It was on July 4th, wasn't it? Or, yes. So even though that was a Friday, obviously the markets were closed. So on July 3rd, it was 44,823. Yeah, Trump's numbers fall 4 points shy of Biden's high. So, yeah, and then look at that graph, you guys. Look at that graph through the last week. This week we're in. That's what we get with Trump. Look at that shit. That's not going to improve come Monday. Anyways. Yeah, we got some decent rain 2 days ago. Not yesterday, day before. Thankfully. Agolf says the last 3 months had inflation rise. The Dow had its highest day of Donald's second term on January 20th. And after 6 months in office, unemployment is at a second year. In office, unemployment at a second and a half year high. So much winning, yeah. 2.5 year high, sorry. If that's what you meant. I think so. All right, Darlene. Darlene says hi. Yeah, take care of yourself, sister. I don't know what you did to your back, but I feel you. That'll be my undoing one day, is my back. I know I have a hernia. I just don't have the money to go have a hernia surgery because I don't have insurance. I know for a fact I have a hernia. There's just no way around it. I don't even know how bad it is. Like, I still do anything. I'll still, like, lift shit to the point that I can't even lift it. And I don't, like, throw it out, but I have to be so careful. I can feel it when I cough at times. Yeah. I mean, I hope it doesn't, like, blow out worse or something someday, but. Yeah, I think all the losses were because of tariffs, but, I mean, can't be sure of that, but certainly. And you know, as you guys who actually fucking do some reading know that these tariffs aren't set in stone. I mean, the big, trade deal with the EU is not at all set in stone. I mean, they could just not be able to, follow through. And this isn't no knock on the EU, but they may just not be able to follow through on that agreement, not because they don't want to, because it just may be impossible. Jesus fucking Christ. The Chuds are over here voting in number 28 votes. 28 votes already. I ask if President Obama will be indicted. 86% of our pollers say yes. 14% say no. I don't think he will be because, I mean, if it was only, dependent on the DOJ and whatever fucking bullshit support she was going to get from national intelligence and the FBI, or however much she's going to be pushed by Trump. I think it seems to me pretty unlikely that a grand jury is going to indict him. I don't know. So we must have a shit ton of chuds. That's crazy because Lala and I have actually been getting along, and I would be guessing that she is the one. It's either her or Bully. Lala has shit tons of accounts, and so does Bully. My guess is that maybe it's Bully in here fucking. You know, it sucks. I have subscriber only mode. That should include the poll. Like, it doesn't stop folks from watching the stream, but they obviously you can't comment. They shouldn't be allowed to fucking participate in the poll either, unless they subscribe. God damn it! Not that they'll stick with the subscription or not unsubscribe, but and not that none of that shit matters. It's just make them work if they want to sit there and fucking help create a false poll. Wow, this is a trip. I'm getting notifications to my desktop now about my streams. That's weird. Yeah, from my alt account. Weird. Yeah, I don't think so either. Look, like B says I don't think anything's gonna happen to Obama. Honestly, I don't either. And I like it kills me, B. Some of the, you know, I don't know why it's certain really stupid, shallow shit that fucking eats me up. I got to work on that about myself. But like these motherfuckers saying that I have some sort of Democrat elected hero or one that was like Obama. I don't fucking have any heroes. My hero is my wife and then maybe Jimmy Page. And he's not, you know, you get into Jimmy Page's personal life, and I try not to say he's my hero too often. Guitar-wise, I guess, music-wise, the maestro. Can't make excuses for taking advantage of underage girls, so. Yeah, I think it's a joke, B, and we're going to get into the Durham report here shortly. I did read through it last night. Fucking sin. Man, I don't know. You guys see how I am every time I'm on cam. That's how I am every time I'm in a chat anywhere. It's like, so I appreciate you folks that hang out here because, you know, you're willing to try to get to know that where I'm coming from. You know, is because for sure, you know, it's important to me to know exactly where you guys are coming from because we're all in this shit together. I'm smart enough, I think, to know that the best shit's going to be done. I'm going to be part of doing the best shit when I'm a part of it with other folks. So I don't have a big TV knows best type of fucking attitude, but yeah, I don't know, B. I don't get it either. Like, if you look at B, it gets to be, it's kind of nonsense, isn't it? Like, I'm starting to drive myself nuts with, you know, posing these questions because it's like, we know that these motherfuckers are just in denial. They don't give a fuck. But I can't let that aspect of it go. It's almost like that is more interesting to me and maybe more important, quite honestly, not just to me, but maybe that's the more important issue is there's 80 million Trumpers out there that are just with lots of issues, whether it's unresolved childhood issues, self-loathing, you know, disappointed and to an extent, disappointed in themselves to an extent that it's totally fucking fucked them up. You know what I mean? It's put them in a rut that they can't seem to allow themselves out of because they are afraid to have to admit to be wrong. It's not that hard to. You know what happens when you admit you made a mistake? People just fucking go, oh yeah, and then move on. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying there isn't any consequences for making mistakes or you shouldn't give a fuck if you make mistakes. I'm just saying nobody's fucking hanging you up on a cross because you fucking made a mistake, you dumbass. How long do you have to let this go on? How many fucking times do we have to tell you guys, is there Dems on that list? Let's see them. Put the fucking Dems out first. You think TV gives a shit? I don't. I mean, I give a shit enough to say, put them out there because I want to know who I've been supporting that's a sick motherfucker so I can stop, right? Because we aren't privy to everything about these people's private lives, and we aren't even privy to all the information out there because it gets fucking buried, and you get media networks, news networks that certainly more now, recently, are afraid to be journalists. Let's be honest. How can you say, who can fucking prove me wrong on that? When you have a handful of fucking media networks that are willing to pay Trump out and settle because it's cheaper. And then they can just go about doing mundane bullshit fucking news. You guys should be disgusted in yourself. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself, ABC, CBS, NBC, even though NBC, they keep trying. Whatever. I'm not saying all network shows, but in general, these networks that are being fucking threatened by Trump are folding. They're kissing the ring. I know maybe this sounds stupid, but I have to share this with you guys. I have been concerned about my rhetoric on here. I know I don't think that much of myself. I really don't. It's a very small channel, but hear me out. It's the algorithms, right? So when I have a title listed the way I do, all that shit is getting someone's attention. And I just, can you imagine how easy it would be for someone like Kash Patel to totally fuck with someone like me? I don't have the foundation or the finances to fucking, or even the technical smarts to fucking battle back against that shit. But here I am. I hope I get some fucking attention from these bastards. We need to, everybody needs to do everything they can. And I'm not saying everybody needs to stream or you guys know me better than that. I don't think that anybody should be doing what I'm doing because there's certainly a lot of folks that are doing, tons of folks that are doing way more than I do, right? It's that we just need to know that we're doing the best we can individually each day, right? If we're able to, some days are going to be better than others. I don't condemn folks for that. I just want to know that folks are, that's their mindset, that I'm going to keep doing everything I can TV. Annie, what's up, brother? Happy Friday. Annie Scum TV says, it's tariff day in Canada. Our leader is a crook. Who is your leader over there again? God damn it. Carney, is that right? What is it? What is it you don't like about him, Annie? Talk to me, brother. I think he's a fairly respected person here in the U.S. And I know that matters not shit, but Yeah, exactly. Jay says Democrats aren't scared of the Epstein files. Why are Republicans? B says I had an office in a law office, 3 top-notch defense attorneys in Indianapolis. They taught me everything I know about politics from a libertarian point of view. It stuck. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I struggle with the label, sister, like libertarian. And even though I call myself a liberal or whatever, I guess it's honestly, I call myself a lib or use that term a lot just to, in a real blanket kind of term, right? For anyone that isn't a Trumper, I guess, or anyone that's, you know, indie, Democrat, whatever, right? Or at least Democrat, I suppose I should say. Annie says that Carney told us he would settle the tariffs to get voted and has done nothing. Well, yeah, but Annie, do you not see who he's dealing with? I mean, Trump is a fucking mess, brother. I feel for you guys. I do. You know how much I appreciate you, brother, and my Canadian brothers and sisters. Especially where I'm located, you know, geographically. Or maybe I should say not just because. Yeah, I don't know what to say, brother. I wish I had more time to follow Canadian politics. I do a little bit, but and maybe you're right. Maybe that, again, I don't know enough about what you're saying there to make, you know, not that I would try and make excuses, but maybe he isn't doing enough. I don't know. Andy, you tell me, brother, what's your thoughts on how Carney should handle tariff negotiations or trade deal negotiations with Trump? What would you like to see happen? Just kind of a basic rundown. B says, no party affiliation, but the Libertarians are very smart people. They help me tremendously with my organization. Well, that's good, B. I'm a fiscal liberal. Has that term been coined yet? Fiscal liberal? Like, because honestly, in our own homes, we're all fiscal conservatives. We are. Even if you're fucking failing at managing your money and don't have a solid budget, you're probably still a fiscal conservative, like, meaning you have limited resources you need to somehow manage in the best way you can, and whether it's you are or you just think you're managing it in the best way you can. You know, at home, in our individual homes, we're all fiscally conservative for the most part, right? At least middle class, lower class America is. And he says he needs to stand up to him. He said he would. Now he's not. Yeah. You see, he has over 500 USA companies he has shares in. So why would he want? Oh, yeah, that's a tough thing, Andy. Yeah, thanks for the insight on that, brother. Maybe I'll look into that more for sure. You know, I haven't been impressed with Starmer from the UK. His lack of spine either when it comes to Trump. But that's, you know, and it's not that I'm not allowed an opinion on that. It's just, you know, what do I have really to add to it? No, I feel you, Andy. That's good stuff, brother. I appreciate you bringing that to the chat. I'm going to have to look into that more. So Carney is well invested in 500 American companies. That is a very, very relevant fact or piece of information there. I'll have to check you on it, but of course, I'm going to take your word for it for now. Doesn't seem hard to believe that he would be invested in quite a few American companies for sure. Well, Annie, that's why, brother. You know, I was thinking about you the other night. I've been so busy that I just haven't been able to drop in your streams. Like, I haven't even streamed myself since last Sunday. But I think that's why I'm so kind of adamant about all of this, is that we have a lot of other bigger issues to deal with, not only just in America but in the world. And so we really, you know, it pisses me off that we're not able to spend the time needed to call out this. I don't know what words to use. These world oligarchs, these this money and assets driven policies, and I mean driven for the 1%, right? And even like someone like Carney, I seriously doubt he's part of the 1%, right? In the world. And I'm not talking about America's wealthy. I'm talking about the world. Like, because we have something like 800 families in the world own about 75% of the wealth. And I know that shit is deep and taxing to go through, and so maybe that's why a lot of folks don't bother, because they're busy trying to eat. I don't really use that as an excuse. I don't accept that as an excuse. I've never used it as an excuse. Like, if something is negatively affecting you and your neighbors and your fucking neighboring country, and the you know, seriously, the reference that always fucking, I don't say lightly at all, but one of the scenes that first got me concerned with what the fuck was happening in this world and how disgusting it was that we have a single American with $272 billion, and yet we have some lady on the desert floor in Darfur with 3 kids who haven't had anything to eat or drink for 2 days, being bombed by $10 million American missiles. You know what I mean? I know you guys are probably like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's TV going on about now? But it all comes back to where the fucking money, right? And people like Trump, maybe Carney, maybe Starmer, who are riding the rail, riding the fence, playing both sides, or playing the constituents, really. I mean, it's not like they're fooling any of the elite on either side, because they're all working together. Peter says, the United States has become a mob boss run oligarchy. Yeah, it's certainly, Peter, that it's moving that way. You know, I really try hard to stay away from the both sidesism, because you have to, I have to explain myself. I feel I do, for my benefit, right? For my well-being. I need to make sure that I'm explaining myself. Should we take this a minute, you guys? Hold on. God damn it. I've been answering my spam calls lately, and I thought I'd do one online. All right, I missed that one, but we'll see. I'm not used to plugging my phone into my PA system. But we're going to try. If they call again, you'll have to forgive me, because I've really been wanting to do this. I mean, I have been answering the spam calls, and I've had some really fun conversations, and I thought it might be neat to stream some of them. So anyways, we'll see what happens. God damn it, Peter. I don't know what to say, dude. I have a lot of friends here on the left that just won't engage me on that. And I get it. Like, you know, my thing was like during the election, like when Biden stepped down and we went to Harris, to me that wasn't the time to sit there and fucking bash the Democrats, right? It wasn't like early this morning I finally said, you know, it sucks. The Biden administration was not honest with us about his health condition. And I have to be really clear about this. I don't think at all that Biden having a health, his obviously decline was an urgent issue. If you know what I mean, like we seen him after his failed debate, and he's fucking been fiery and on top of it. Obviously now with his cancer being at least reported publicly, I don't know what kind of shape he's in. I don't know the last time. I did stream Biden-Harris speech thing a couple months ago. And I don't blame the Biden administration hiding his health condition. I don't say that's the reason why we didn't win the election. We didn't win because we had a bunch of fucking eligible voters that were fucking too stupid or lazy or whatever their issue was to get out and vote. That was our problem. Would it have made a difference if Biden had bowed out in January, December of 24, or December of 23? I don't know, and that's why I'm not willing to just beat up on them about in that way, because we don't know that it would change anything. Would it have made it? Would it have given Harris enough time where she couldn't be allowed any excuses for the law? Absolutely. I think so. So I said this morning that I think Biden either should have bowed out 6 months before he did, or he should have stayed in. And I think either one of those two scenarios would have been better. But I don't blame them not being honest about his health. Like, they were protecting him, and I get that, but they should have done is been completely transparent and showed just how fucking strong Biden still is mentally, right? Like, he has all that fucking history. I hope I'm making myself clear about this. Like, one doesn't have to do with the other. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that it would have gave Harris a better chance. Would it have made any difference? Would never know. And I can't say that it would. I mean, I wish Biden was still there, you know, and we could also go back and say, you know, had Bernie been put forward, I think maybe it was Jay that said this, had Bernie been put forward in 2020, he'd be 6 months into a second term right now, and holy crap, would the world be a different place. Yeah, I love B's comment there. She says, it's all in theory. It all sounds good on paper. But after living in Canada, I really think socialism is best for citizens. I just want to repeat what B says there. And, you know, I don't know how Annie Scum TV feels about the socialist programs that Canada has done, what I would say really well on. Like, a lot of Americans in my position look to Canada and go, and not just Canada, but EU, Australia. Why the fuck can the richest nation in the world not have that? It's there's no excuses. So again, B says, all in theory, it all sounds great on paper, but after living in Canada, I really think socialism is best for citizens. Maybe not the best for a bully nation like the U.S. that needs the war machine going. All right, here we go, guys. Let's try this. Oh, God damn it. I hung up on him. Let me call him back. Let's see if we get...
The number you've dialed is not in service. Please check the number and dial again. Or dial 611 for customer assistance. Message EL404IL53.
All right. They're not going to let me... Were you guys able to hear that? They're not going to call me back. Or let me call back.
Or dial 611 for customer...
All right. It's not real loud. Oh. All right. Now it will be. Hopefully. All right. Damn it. I swiped down because I've gotten so used to fucking refusing the call. Should I give you guys a little bit of a backstory? So I was stupid and fucking put my phone number into this site because I was just going to get some free vittles. I'd never do this shit. I'm not that poor. I was just wound up one day going through the internet. It popped up on a page that on a local news page, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to click this. Started filling out their survey. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm such a fucking idiot. I learned, though. I didn't get any fucking thing from these assholes, but about, I don't know, 300 plus spam calls in the last month. Peter says, the Dems lost the election. It was theirs to win. Bad communication and messaging. Biden should have said he was a one-term POTUS, agreed needed a primary for successor. Kamala was invisible. Yeah, Peter, I think I agree with pretty much all of that. I think Biden should have stayed. Like right now, and honestly, it doesn't, at the end of the day, like, you know, fucking grinding out and twisting these ways to have gotten that would have worked to get Kamala enough votes. I don't, you know, that's obviously not like a fucking ideal situation or win, but had Biden just stayed in, I think he would have beat Trump because he showed plenty of clarity and strength after that fucking debate debacle, right? It was really, really bad. Like, I streamed it. I didn't pay attention to how bad it was that day. It was a couple months later when I watched it again, and I'm like, holy fuck. This, I mean, I don't even know if I was able to finish watching it. You guys all know it was, there's almost no words, right? I don't know what to say. It's fucking, it was a pretty crazy situation. And I say that like I'm so dumbfounded because it's like immediately after he just came roaring back, right? And never stopped. Like some of the best shit, his best speeches and public addresses were after that fucked up debate. So I think if he would have, I still believe that he probably could have won even after that fucked up debate. Because look, he would have probably done stronger than Harris, right? And she didn't do bad. I mean, popular vote wise, right? Look, it was a fucking close race. If you can't say it's a close race, you don't understand math. And the size of America, I guess. But had Biden just won... Sorry, dog's pushing... Fucking somebody must be mowing their lawn again or something. Roscoe's trying to blow through the fucking studio door. So had Biden had won, he could have just stepped down. He could have just stepped down immediately. I mean, I think we're going to end up seeing that in this administration where Vance is going to end up taking over. Fuck off, Roscoe. You got nothing to worry about, you bitch. Motherfucker sits there and barks at the leaves at 3 o'clock in the morning, but as soon as the fucking neighbor wants to fucking trim a goddamn tree branch, he's all fucking crying like a motherfucker. Jay says I have doxing trolls in my audience. Do I? They probably have me blocked, brother. Jay, you have a wrench. Get rid of them, dude. Feel free to fucking do whatever you got to do, because, yeah, they end up blocking me, brother, and then I can't see what's going on. Or it could be ones that I have blocked, too, brother. Jay. Jay, you have a wrench. Get rid of them, dude. All right, sorry about that. Jay says we needed Biden to retire 2 years in and let Harris be the first female POTUS for 2 years and her run for re-elect. Yeah, I see. Yeah, Jay, that would have probably been even more ideal, right? Like, give her a chance to establish her policies, right? Yeah, man, Jay, I tell you, I wasn't the biggest fan of Biden for a long time. Not after, not after he was elected, I'm saying during the Obama administration, right? Just whatever. But he really, still, and I will never change my opinion on this, him stepping down was just one of the most selfless, courageous acts by any leader, right? Well, like, we can't compare him to a war hero or something, but come on, man. Who is the leader of the free world and then steps down? And again, I really feel that, and I think most of us probably do, that he had, even after the fucking debate debacle, he still had probably a better chance of winning than Harris did. And I love her. Look, I do. I don't, I think, Jay, I think I seen your comment, even though I wasn't in there yapping last night or somewhere, about, maybe it was Laura's stream, that Harris ran, or when Harris coming out and saying that she would not run for governor is a pretty clear indication of her intentions. And I agree with you 100% on that. And I don't think that she's a terrible candidate at all. In any way. I think she's a great candidate. Do I think she's the best candidate? I don't, because I don't know who is the best candidate, so I can't put her there. But for fuck's sake, brother, I can tell you, and as I know you probably would, should she be the Dem pick, she's getting my vote with plenty of fucking pride and enthusiasm. Seriously. I just, you know what bothers me, Jay, and this is on me, right, is she lost. And I just, said a minute ago that she didn't lose by very much at all. But she lost, and so that's always going to be in the front of my mind. And I'm going to go as far as to say, just because someone lost once doesn't mean they can't win the next time. For sure. I don't know, brother. I don't know. I am not opposed to Harris at all being the candidate in 2028. Is what I am afraid of most is that we won't get it right. and I don't have anything to add or help out on that front. I just don't. God damn it. Is there a chud here? Let me open up. I gotta open a fucking private browsing window, I guess. Alright, I don't see anyone. Anyway. Knock it off, you fuck. Go on. Go lay down, boy. You know what? Never mind. Hold on. I'm going to let him in here. Come here, you sad sack. Come here, bugger. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come up here. Come on. Come on, buddy. Oh, my God. Jesus fucking Christ. My fucking hound dog is such a fucking bitch. He is. That motherfucker acts so goddamn tough constantly. He's so freaked out from the goddamn mower next door. I just let him in the studio. I tried to get him up on my lap for a second so you guys could see him. And he was all like belly to the floor, tail under his legs. I shouldn't be laughing at him. He does not like the fucking sketchy noises, man. Storms, fireworks. I can be out there mowing the lawn with a fucking walk behind X mark, and he'll be fucking right behind me. Oh, yeah. Jay says you. Now I feel you, brother. Jay says you get White House chatters who don't speak. They'll report anything they find to their clan, but they won't speak in chat. Yeah, no. I get you, brother. Well, Jay, the other night when I had, I don't know, we had like fucking close to 20 concurrent viewers, right? But like literally a third of them later on in analytics, I discovered that they were incognito. So they weren't signed in. They weren't subscribed. Yeah, for sure, dude. You know that they're sitting here watching, waiting for fucking TV to make some sort of mistake that they think they can jump on. But you know me, brother. I'm comfortable doing this because all I have to do is be honest and keep it real, and then I don't have to worry about what I say or anything coming back on me. You know what? Jeez, we've already won an hour. I do need to go make a cocktail, though. And, God damn it, why is my CPU running like a madman? Holy shit. All right, there it goes a little bit. All right. I need to do BRB real quick and make a cocktail. I got lots and lots of stuff to fucking unload tonight. You guys can probably tell. I appreciate you folks being here. Great conversation so far for sure. So much more to get into. All the shit, all those names in the fucking stream title. Durham and Epstein, Obama and Trump and Maxwell. And more, quite honestly, more than what I have listed there. So who knows if we'll get through everything that I want to yap about, but I'm going to do a BRB real quick. Kind of real quick. You have to give me 5-7-ish minutes. And then I'm going to get into that Durham report, all right, you guys? So I appreciate you. Again, Darlene, thanks for the dono earlier. That was you're amazing. Again, I just want you guys to know, honestly, your time, as you guys see, even though I'm monetized, I haven't turned on ads. So, because I don't want to be annoying with that shit. But your time is obviously the most valuable thing for my sanity. I ate today. I'm gonna have a cocktail in a minute. I'm fairly cool up here. I have a roof. I'll stay dry if it rains. I'll be able to get clean tomorrow and put on fresh clothes. How can I ask for anything more besides be appreciative of anything more than what you guys do spending your time here. So thank you. All right. I'll see you in a minute.
You need to see the market your way. Introducing the new Power E-Trade Pro, your ultimate desktop trading platform. It gives savvy traders like you nearly unlimited customization with up to 120 tools across 6 workspaces, plus automatic pattern recognition and education built right into the charts. Finally, a platform that thinks like you, from the original place to trade online.
Hello.
Do you want to play with me?
Sure. You want me to help you with your groceries?
Yeah.
This journey with childhood cancer comes at you in waves. Every day we wake up knowing that our 2-year-old has cancer. It's tough to get through.
The tumor is about the size of a baseball. I believe in the power of hope. And from the very first visit here at St. Jude, it was about hope and love, because you go in expecting the worst.
You can join the battle to save lives by supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Please call, go online, or scan the QR code right now and give $19 a month to make a difference.
Just by walking inside the doors of St. Jude, I instantly felt hope for my son.
With a gift right now, you can help save lives. Please become a St. Jude Partner in Hope today. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
For these children to go through what they're going through during this time, and for the supporters to be right there, that means the world. Thank you. It's not enough thank yous.
Join with your credit or debit card for only $19 a month, and we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt you can proudly wear to show your support.
As a mom, you just want to protect them and be there to watch her grow up, because we don't really know what the future holds. And I think that no family should have to be worried about that.
You can make a difference. Become a Partner in Hope today. Please donate now.
I hope viewers who watch the show can take away a better understanding of how what is happening in Washington and what policymakers are doing across the country impacts them.
Raleigh, the capital of North Carolina. The land people here have been giving their all to show the Old South what the Nuevo South could look like.
I'm passionate about multicultural stories.
These bills are crazy.
She has no idea she's sitting on a gold mine.
Well, she doesn't know that if she owns a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, she can sell all or part of it to Coventry for cash, even a term policy.
Even a term policy?
Even a term policy!
Find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. Call Coventry Direct today at 800-738-1300 or visit coventrydirect.com.
Could you please submit your expenses today?
You could keep reminding your coworkers to submit their expenses. Or you could let Ramp do it. Never chase a receipt again. Ramp. Love finance.
Precise designs, subtle curves, curated upgrades, elevated design for thoughtful living. Thuma.
Welcome to a special edition of Mavericks with Ari Melber. We have a duo that once disappeared like Houdini, now reuniting after 15 years. Pusha T and Malice back as the iconic hip-hop duo Clips, returning with their sharp lyrics, bending wordplay, and that signature Pharrell-driven sound.
Grinding, you know what I keep in a lining. When the last time you heard it like this? Smoke some, drink some, get ripped. I know, yep, yeah, you too. Okay, we get it, yep, yeah, you too. Hey, buddy, I'm good. What they tell you? I'm good. What they tell you? I'm good. What she tell you? I'm good. Smoke. So be it, so be it.
The last song off the new album, Let God Sort 'Em Out, featuring Nas, John Legend, Kendrick, and Tyler. The Guardian has already dubbed it one of the best albums of the year, coming amid one of the most thorough, thoughtful album rollouts in many years. Pusha T and Malice, our special guests. Thanks for being here.
What's up? Thanks for having us.
You guys are busy.
Oh, man. Very. Never too busy for you, though, Ari.
Respect. I appreciate that. I'm actually going to start with you.
Okay.
Does it feel like you expected, or now that you're in it, having made the music and in this amazing rollout, does it feel any different being back with your brother and being on the stage?
I will say I haven't, and I didn't have any expectations. It's a total comfort level, you know. Like I remember being with my brother, being with Pharrell. Everything just feels at home like it always has.
Let's take a listen to this are Ace Trumpets. And on that song, you both play with words. People have joked about Wi-Fi, which is an international pronunciation. There's more than one way to talk.
Right.
NASA.
Right.
Do the brothers talk about that in advance? Hey, maybe we'll like pronounce words differently, or does that creatively just bubble up?
You know, in this particular album, in creating this album, Pharrell made one of the criterias that everything had to be sticky. And when he says that things have to be sticky, it means that there needs to be a stencil. A stencil follows. So if the hook is catchy, the verses need to be just as sticky or catchy as the hook.
The other thing we had to ask you about in the news is that, you know, you bring up Obama, and I don't know if you bring him up only as inspiration or the president or politics. The new album talks about the system, it talks about certain issues, but it's not like partisan or anything. But we did pull just some of the Obama references. Take a look.
Yeah.
If I was Brittany Griner, I'ma need Obama, only wanna swap and shuffle. Started in the crack house, Obama went the back route. Killed Bin Laden, another 4 up in the black house. My new attorney, get Jeffrey Dahmer's out. And all that I told Obama about, ask. Obama is gone, who was left to save us? So together we mourn, I'm praying for my neighbors.
What does Obama mean when you're name checking him?
Man, you know, Obama actually invited me to the White House.
Yeah.
And actually asked me, you know, what I cared about. And, you know, at the time, I think it was this last year,
I'm back in the saddle again. I'm back. Back in the saddle again. I don't know why. I was just never the biggest Aerosmith tune. You know what song I love by them? Toys in the Attic. Toys, toys, toys. In the attic, toys. That's a fucking good riff. Battle, battle, wow, wow. Yeah, was never a big Steven Tyler fan. And not that I don't realize how fucking awesome they are, just not TV's thing. I had my dabs in my hand. My peanut butter crunch. Actually, I think Mrs. V is bringing me home some, I told her to go ahead and grab me something different. It doesn't taste like peanut butter. I'm not into the funky flavors, seriously. Like, I just, if you ask me what my favorite flavor of pot is, it's pot. I like the taste of pot, like skunk weed, right? Maybe some pine scentsy. But yeah, skunk, pine scentsy, that's pretty much it. Maybe some true heirloom Acapulco gold or Colombian gold, you know, shit's fucking, remember that shit? Literally yellow. Good stuff, though. Yeah, I did a dab. I can't smoke on the streams anymore because I get too many fucking assholes trying to fuck with me. And YouTube usually doesn't care. Like, you'll see a lot of streamers sit there with their fucking vape pen. And I'll still hit this, even though this was... God, it's still got some in it. Look, it's all fogged up. From sitting up here in the studio, it gets hot and then cold. I think there's actually a cartridge downstairs I could go grab. You see that shit? All that caramel in the top, in the mouthpiece, that's the one thing I don't like about some of the carts are shitty made or something, and you'll get a lot of your fucking concentrate will just end up gumming up in the fucking filter or the, you know, the mouthpiece. Like, that shouldn't be like that. There shouldn't be fucking dabs or whatever fucking concentrate oil sitting up there. Oh, no, I just fucking dropped my stand. For that thing, I usually keep it sitting upright. Yeah, I don't mind some, like, I've had some, like, I love I've had, like, the only good blueberry shit I've had was flour. Like, I've never had any fucking concentrates that are fruit flavored that I think are just wow, great. I don't know, I can't stand it. It's too much. It's too weird for me. Like, I don't feel like I'm smoking pot if it tastes sweet and fruity. For the most part. I mean, I have, like I said, I had some good blueberry hybrid shit that was pretty fucking enjoyable to smoke, but Peter says, golfing a few years ago, I pointed out to my buddies, watch that plane. It will drop into the huge cumulonimbus. I've heard of cumulonimbus clouds. Seeding the cloud with silver nitrate to seed the cloud. Reduced hail size. B says Sean Ryan did a recent interview with a cloud seeder. Oh, he had him back after. Oh, just recently then, huh? That might be interesting. B, you know, I do appreciate your fucking kind of. Like, you question shit hard. I'm not saying we agree on everything, but probably most stuff. But was it what? Just give me a quick. Was this cloud seeder that Ryan interviewed? Did he seem pretty like unpolitically motivated? I guess. I mean, I don't really care if people are Republicans. You know that. It's do they like in an instance like that where they're being interviewed about a specific thing? Did politics spill into it at all? Because that's what I worry about with Sean Ryan, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I'm not saying that he just puts out a bunch of bullshit. He's not that at all. I mean, I've watched some really great interviews. I don't know. I think I'm so afraid that people don't take a lot of stuff with a grain of salt, or they get caught up in the what could be very true stories, and like with the former CIA agent lady, but then really get kind of distracted by generalizations. Not that you do. I'm just saying I think a lot of folks don't. A lot of folks aren't willing to try to separate their emotions. And look, I even said earlier, I'm just as guilty of, or I suppose could be just as guilty of as anyone, of being susceptible to bullshit, certainly in certain situations or certain subjects. B says the interview was non-political. No, I know. I don't think that Sean Ryan tries to be political at all. Honestly, I don't. I mean, I still haven't made up my mind about him, B. And I don't know why that is, but that's, as a woman, I'm not, but you are. Maybe you kind of feel me on that. Like, we can't, as fucking common sense liberals, we try to stand on the fact that you can't just start fucking going off and judging everything on your feelers, right? So I do still reference my gut feelings on some shit, I guess. Oh, look at that. The Texas Tribune has a new one up. If you guys haven't, I don't know what this festival is, but I'll click it.
Event. It's a catalyst for shaping the future of Texas today. We are bringing together Texas' most inspiring thinkers, leaders, and innovators to.
If you guys haven't, I'm gonna share the link because it's crazy. They only have 22,000 subscribers. The Texas Tribune, and I do believe it's safe for me to say it's pretty much a liberal rag, whatever, network. Oops, god damn it, that isn't going to post like that. Alright, I closed you guys out for some dumb reason. All this heat, it's cooled down finally, you guys, but not enough to where I can't have the air. You can hear it. My fucking voice is scratchy, or my throat. I don't have a sore voice, or don't feel like it's irritated. But clearly I'm raspy. My fucking nose is running like a mofo. That's what sucks about going out into the heat every day and then coming up here in the air conditioning. It really does fuck with me bad. So there's a link to the Texas Tribune. I was talking with A-Bear last night about Liz Cheney, and she has they do a bunch of great interviews on that channel, so you guys should check it out if you're interested, if you're into those pretty long interviews. I mean, well over an hour. Big Gretch was on there. Yeah, there's some good interviews. I think maybe Hakeem Jeffries. Yeah, that's and then all right, so I have there it is. I have the Durham report up, loaded up, ready to go. Ready to share with you guys, break it down. Maybe we'll take it slow since I got complaints the other day. Oops, what'd I do there? From yesterday from oh my god. Pisses me off. Holy shit, did that post, you guys? What the fuck? Do you guys see that link from TV2? No, maybe you can't. I can. It won't let me click on it. It is there. What the fuck? Do you guys see that link from just the TV2 account? Wow. B, try and post a link. Just any random link, sister, like the one from Sean Ryan. Because you don't have a wrench. Usually only wrenches, like none of that shit in the past has ever shown up in a chat. If you don't have a wrench. Grab your Sean Ryan post or any other post. Post to your link to your channel, anything. And post. I need somebody that doesn't have a wrench to try and post and see what happens. Wow, that's a trick. Yeah, I just noticed that. I'm on my main account and I'm like, what the fuck? Why? That's why I posted it with my host account, because I posted it with the other one, even though with the other account I could see it. I'm like, that's not going to go through. And then when I moved over to my host account, it was there. It's kind of weird. I wonder if that's something that changed with YouTube, that they'll allow you to put up the link, but you can't actually click it. Strange. Kind of neat, actually. I know, I believe in the past you could post, just chatters could post links to in the comments, like on a video or after a stream had posted, not while it was live. All right. Should we see how this is going to go? Is there anything else I need to do first? Do I need to do another dab? Maybe, hang on. Maybe I'll go down and, let me go down and grab my vape cart a second. Hold on. Don't laugh. This is fucking hard. Yesterday I said I was about ready to give up smoking dope, and now here I am fucking huffing down. All right. I'm going to have to try and heat this up probably. Hopefully it's not. I'm not even going to try and hit that. It's just, it's fucking glued on there. It is hitting. I still can't get it off. There we go. There we go. Oh my God, that's that Incredible Hulk shit. I'll bet it is. Oh my God. Oh no, see? That's the bugger about these. The spring from the fucking cart, you're not going to be able to see that, is still in my pen. So I got to put it back on now. And the dog wants out. Alright, now let's see if I can get it to fucking come out with it. Usually it does. No, it did not. Alright. I'm a mess. It doesn't matter. I think I can just... Alright, that cart is trashed. Which was empty anyways. Alright, and now I'll bet it's dead. Or it gets funky, you gotta have it screwed on. It's probably saying it's dead. But I actually thought I hadn't got my charger up here. Alright, I'll let it charge for a minute. So here we have the Durham report. Am I going to need to make this any larger for my own eyes? Maybe that'll work. All right, I won't be able to see you guys for a minute while I go through this. You know me, I get yappy, so maybe just go through a little bit. I am gonna. This is a 19-page report. Gosh, I can't believe it. This sucks. I wish I could stay on here, but now I can't. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to scroll this fucking page. All right. So this is a 19-page report from Durham on the whole Russia Gate collusion thing with supposedly not supposedly, but Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign. I forget. We'll find out in a minute all the details of who in her office, in her campaign office, was put forth the idea of fanning the flames of the Russia investigation, which that's their right there, you guys, just hopefully laying out a little bit of a quick outline on my thoughts on this. And certainly I welcome anybody to say, hey, TV, you're fucking missing this point. Because I'm not great at this, I'll be honest, but it seems pretty fucking obvious, right? That's the thing. I feel like when I'm able to pull something apart so easily like this, that it's pretty weak, right? It's a really weak, shitty argument because I'm not great at this. So if I can fucking clearly see it's just a goddamn what Trump calls a witch hunt. Like Trump said, if you want to see the true witch hunt, let's talk about Obama, because that's the witch hunt. The motherfucker likes doing Freudian slips all the time. All the time. So, really, as you can see, there's some shit here redacted. Some of it I tried to figure out, and each time I felt like I got the gist of what was being redacted, it wasn't pertinent at all or relevant. So just like protecting folks, and not in a bad way necessarily. I'm just saying. So we're going to move to page 7 of 19 pages. Page 7 of 19. Because this is really what gets to the gist of it. Again, authorized for public release by Chairman Grassley. So here we can see redacted memorandum stated, and I just assume that that's someone's personal name there or position, that Clinton approved a plan. So you got to stay with this. It's really fucking simple if you don't go for the fucking hype, right? If you don't let your fucking feelers get in the way, Trumpers. Stated that Clinton approved a plan proposed by one of her foreign policy advisors, Julianne Smith, and this is where it gets really fucked up, right? To smear, in quotations, to smear Donald Trump by magnifying the scandal tied to the intrusion by the Russian special services in the pre-election process to benefit the Republican candidate. Again, I'm going to read, right now I'm going to read just what's in the quotations, okay? That's suggesting or saying that that is an exact quote from this policy advisor, foreign policy advisor to the Clinton campaign, 2016 Clinton campaign, Julianne Smith. Here's the quote. Smear Donald Trump by magnifying the scandal tied to the intrusion by the Russian special services in the so let's take it one sentence sort of at a time. This was a plan approved by Clinton, and the plan was basically, summarized in this quote, smeared Donald Trump by, and the means of doing this is by magnifying, right, making bigger, shining more light on the scandal tied to the intrusion by the Russian special services in the pre-election process to benefit Republican candidate. So is what the Hillary Clinton campaign, what Clinton approved by her foreign policy advisor, Julianne Smith, was to magnify, continue to shine light on the already, public scandal that tied Trump or the Russian special services or intelligence to the Trump, to trying to benefit the Trump campaign, right? Doesn't say that they created that scandal. Doesn't say that the Clinton campaign manufactured that scandal. It says that they magnified it, or that was an approved campaign strategy. So you know what? Do you guys already get it? We're like fucking not even a paragraph into this one single page on this 19-page release. Dion I. Gabbard, the Trump administration, I guess soon we'll hear, or I think Bondi has spoke on it already, the DOJ, that's being clearly weaponized. You want to talk about fucking sick ass? I got to stay off that because I'm trying to keep the F-bombs to a minimum. Lord, give me strength, because I'll tell you, this is nothing but these guys crying about someone not even digging up the dirt, just showing the dirt during a campaign. Can you fucking imagine? Can you imagine any candidate, right, left, independent, using, current affairs information to discredit their opponent? Isn't that what it's about? To show what the opponent is about? Isn't that what we do? Say, this is why this person is a really, really bad choice, and why I'm not like that, and maybe here's some reasons why I'm a good candidate, but here's why they're not a good candidate, because they're influenced, their base is influenced by Russian propaganda. So that's what this is about. That's the whole fucking Tan Suit Gate 2.0. These motherfuckers are. I'm sure it's possible. I use the word certainly. I've seen plenty of liberals call what Trump did on January 6th treason. Absolutely. Insurrection. Absolutely. Coup d'etat. 100%. Pre-planned. Terribly organized. No fucking forward thinking on it. Right? They ain't give it any thought. I've posed the question. I wish I could pose the question to some of these dumbasses like that Proud Boy fucking leader, or Trump himself, or Mark Meadows, or Giuliani, or just any of the fucking scumbag ass lickers that just needed to go out there and drag the American flag through the fucking mud and be a part of it, be a part of it. Part of the movement. What were you guys going to do if you did fucking take control of the Capitol on that day? And you want to talk about, you want to use words like treason for Obama? Because And that's not even, again, this is the juiciest part. Have we even seen Obama mentioned yet? Of course not. Of course, I'm only into the first paragraph, but because I'm a yapper. I really don't know what else to say about this. I mean, we can go down to the final conclusion, and it's just that's the gist of this Obama investigation. Is those two sentences that I read. You guys can look this up. Just search out because I like to be completely transparent. I'm not going to read 19 pages to you guys. I read it myself early this morning. There's just nothing in there beyond what I'm showing you guys that we should be concerned about. Like, and it's not like Obama's our fucking cape-wearing hero. He was a very good president. It was awesome to see, yes, I'm going to say it, a half-black man, whatever, mixed-race man in the fucking White House. Absolutely. Far too, been way too long before that happened. So I don't know what else to say on this Durham report. We can finish reading through this page 7 because, I mean, it's... Here it says... It's just basically this next paragraph is repeating what it just says in the first one. Should we read through that again? Memorandum stated that Clinton approved a plan proposed by one of her foreign policies advisors, Julianne Smith, to smear Donald Trump by magnifying the scandal tied to the intrusion, not the alleged intrusion, the intrusion by the Russian special services in the pre-election process to benefit Republican candidate. And who was that? Donald Trump. The translated draft memorandum stated in relevant part, according to data. Again, there we go. Take heed on those word choices. The translated draft memorandum stated in relevant part, according to data for the election campaign headquarters of Hillary Clinton obtained via the U.S. Soros Foundation, and that's a big fucking thing for them too, right? Like, these guys are... All right, I guess I can't highlight that. Weird. I think there's some sort of fucking stupid highlight things. Yeah, I'm good. The U.S. Soros Foundation on the 26th of July 2016, Clinton approved a plan. They just said that in the previous fucking paragraph by her policy advisor Julianne Smith from the TN unknown acronym, and I didn't look that up either. To smear Donald again, they're just going to repeat this. So the first paragraph is the exact fucking same as the second paragraph. Intrusion by Russian special services pre-election process to benefit Republican candidate Donald Trump, which, again, nobody on the left, right, or middle can test at all Russia's involvement in the 2026 election. Nobody. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. No, you know what? Nobody's asking idiots like Josh Hawley if he thinks Russia can, was involved in manipulating our elections in 2016 or 2020 or 2024, right? No one. No one. No one's asking someone like Josh Hawley that, because he's likely one of the very few idiots that would be willing to say it was all a fucking hoax. It wasn't a hoax. You know why I don't think it was a hoax? Because there was a Republican-led investigation, a committee, chaired by who, guys? Who? Who chaired that Republican committee that looked into and found, without a doubt, Russia was involved in, trying to manipulate our elections? Who was that? Our current Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. That's right. That's right. Sorry, this shit's just so fucking frustrating, you know, but I feel like I get challenged by folks, and it's not that I'm not, you guys know I'm interested in this shit anyways, but it's like, where are these sick fuckers? Here it is. Someone come and tell me what I'm missing. You won't. Seriously. You know what they focus on in this? That it was Soros Foundation. Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine Soros funds the people or helps finance the campaigns and the candidates that he supports? Can you imagine that? And then can you imagine a candidate's campaign managers trying to capitalize on putting out information or magnifying information that has been proven true by the opposing candidate's own party? You know what I mean? Pretty fucked up, right? But hey, maybe just now it clicked with me that maybe this is why they are making such a big fucking splash about this shit. Because so far, for the last 15 minutes or so that I've been reading this, it's kept me from talking about Trump being a fucking child rapist. Right? Maybe that's it. Maybe I am an idiot, and that they've succeeded by, you know, not that we haven't considered that this whole thing might be just a distraction from what's going on with Trump being a child rapist, because he is. I mean, he literally, when you have sex with a 14-year-old, it's not, there's no such thing as consensual. Whether you're an adult man or adult woman like Maxwell herself, you're raping a child. And that's what you guys are supporting. I mean, the president of our country is a child rapist. I know that's real. I know even for those of you who are, you know, absolutely believe that as well, or know that as well, it's hard to hear, and it's not easy for me to sit there and just, you know, I could just be pounding it out like a dumbass every 5 seconds. Trump's a rapist, and he is. And he's a child rapist. And I know that's uncomfortable to hear. It's not easy for me to take either, and I can't stand the guy, but you know what? He's totally defiled the fucking office of the presidency. He has just set America back so far in so many ways. It's fucking disgusting. On so many levels, with churches and Christians and pastors supporting this. He's a child rapist, you guys. Trumpers. It's okay not to support this fucking idiot. America isn't going to go full fucking communism if you call fucking Trump what he is and stop supporting him. And envisioned by Smith raising the theme of Putin's support for Trump, again in quotations. So I'm assuming this is actual quotes from what they gathered from Clinton's campaign office, right? Documents, records, which are public. Obviously, you're able to. It's good with me. I'm just not seeing the connection between what is clearly true here and Obama committing a crime, let alone treason. I don't know, again, I don't know what I'm missing, but it's likely nothing, right? The only thing that I'm not getting is I'm not falling for the propaganda, the fucking word salad, the fucking vocabulary casserole, the fucking generalization, the fucking just circumstantial evidence, I guess. I don't even think it's that, right? I don't even think it fucking rises to the level of circumstantial evidence, right? It's just a fucking mess. Hold on, you guys. Mrs. V is texting me. All right. She said she's 10 minutes away and she's going to need help. So that means I'm going to have to go haul a bunch of fucking food in. All right. So I got about 5. I will wait for Roscoe will let me know when they're here. And then I'll have to fuck off for a second. Attention. So to the level of the Olympics scandal would divert the constituents. Attention, this is a description given supposedly by Julianne Smith of how this would help Hillary Clinton's campaign, right? And all this does is it leads up to suggesting that Obama somehow had something to do with this after she had lost the election, right? Like he was using this information or using the ODNI report. I'm not getting that right, am I? I probably got the wrong acronym. Anyways, the wrong department. On the Russia involvement in our elections, they are trying to use all these records and information from the Clinton campaign, which is just, as you guys seen, I gave you if there's anything juicy in here for the Republicans, that was it. I've already shared it with you. So page 7 of the 19-page report, if you guys want to read it for yourself, again, page 7, you can go to, just type in Durham report, and it'll come up on a Grassley site pretty quick, like the 3rd or 4th result. So there's just nothing more. It just keeps hammering down on the same fucking generalizations and bullshit, right? Like there's just nothing there. There's no there, as people like to say. I don't know. So anyways, my guess is that absolutely fucking nothing is going to come from this. This is their biggest, their big, smoking gun, I guess, if there is such a thing. Let me bring you guys back up a second. There you are. So there's just no, you kind of have to maybe read that alongside Gabbard's ODNI report, recent release or press release, report, whatever, summary, to see how bad they're fucking reaching. I don't know. If there was anything to be, like, again, Obama isn't my caped hero. He never was. I don't have any caped heroes other than the wife. And it's like, I just don't understand what this is about other than I'm talking about it instead of the fact that Trump is a child rapist. I mean, that's really it. Yeah, B. Exactly. Well, B says candidates should run on their own ideas and pedigree and let the media deal with the personal attacks. Well, I don't know if I agree. I mean, I don't know if I agree with the media doing personal attacks. I mean, I think they should report the good, bad, and ugly for sure, right? And I think that it'd be too hard. I mean, I get what you're saying there, sister. It's just, I think it'd be too hard to. Where do you draw the line when it comes to debating your opponent about some of the shitty things they've done, like raping kids? So I think, I mean, my thing is I think candidates should be running independently. And I've really only had Putin push back on me about that, and it was because of funding issues. And I understand that certainly that would be something that would have to be worked out, because, but again, maybe, I mean, it's kind of sick and sad. Like, you can look, anybody that spends the most money wins the election in any race, almost always. It's just, that's a huge fucking. Hold on.
Is Holland here?
Chewy, you're live on air. I just want you to know that.
Alright, well, come help us grab groceries, please.
I will do that. See you in a minute.
Is Holland here?
Is this truck here?
Yeah, but that doesn't normally ever mean anything.
Well, he was just tearing that trailer apart.
He's right here.
All right. See you, bye. All right, you guys hang tight. I'll be right back, like 5 minutes. I got to go help everybody bring in groceries. I'm back. That was cheesy easy. The boy was out there and fucking carried like a whole trunk full of fucking food in at once. Jay says corporations would dominate funding without parties. Well, what if we didn't allow that, though? I mean, aren't corporations dominate funding anyway, brother? Tell me what I'm missing there. I mean, at the end of the day, Jay, isn't... do we not... I got... You have to explain to me what you mean, dude, because I'm sure I must be missing something, because I know you got your shit together. So how would that... How would just saying you can't run as a Republican or Democrat, you just run as a candidate? Like I was, initially 2 years ago, I was saying you would just run as an independent, but it wouldn't even be labeled that. You would just be a candidate. So how would we not be able to have the same campaign finance laws that we do now under, some sort of system like that? Yeah. Right, Jay. So how do we get to that point? Right. Jay says he wants parties to compete for working class interests, not the interests of the 1%. For sure. I'm with you on that. Like, yeah, dude, I've talked about this before a lot. Like, and I'm a poor motherfucker, right? But I am not comfortable with just taxing the shit out of the rich because they're rich. Like, there has to be, in my eyes, a legitimate reason, a common sense reason for the good of the masses reason, right? Like and to me, and I can give you some, like Bezos is the founder and creator of Amazon. He didn't fucking build it by himself to what it is. He created it, founded it, he fucking conceived it. He didn't do the fucking work himself. You know what I mean? Like it's, again, I referenced the fucking Michael Sandel lectures from Harvard. What's the right thing to do? Again, what's the right thing to do? And it goes into that shit. Like, how much does someone like Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan, or Michael Jackson maybe, but Michael Jordan owe their success to the public, right? The people buying his fucking $200 fucking jerseys, his fucking tennis shoes, his underwear, his image. You get what I'm saying? And trust me, I'm an artist. Jay, an artist, I'm certainly not comfortable with just saying, well, tax the fuck out of the rich because they're rich. But without a doubt, man, and you guys have heard me say, we just don't do anything good in this life on our own, period. Not saying we can't do good on our own. We don't. So maybe let me rephrase that. We can do good things on our own. We're not going to do anything really great for anybody else on our own. I don't think. Not in a big way, right? Like, it takes us coming together to get shit done. Yeah, Jay, but I don't understand it, brother. Jay says, I want to see middle-class growth without atrocities. I'm a cheap date. Dude, and so am I. And I think we become, and B, too, Like, I think we become, like, I've heard a lot of folks say that the older you get, the more conservative you become. And I don't know if that's true. I know that that's not true for me, personally. Like, I've always been kind of a fucking, fuck the system guy, but I was never informed or had any clue as to why I was a fuck the system guy until the last decade or so, right? But now that I'm far more informed for all these years, I haven't, I guess I never had a real solid position because I was just a fucking uneducated hothead kid or whatever, but it's not, man, I see this, I see our strength as being selfless. I really do. I believe that. Look, I am not, how can you prove something like that, right? Like I'm not a wealthy fella, right? But I got everything I need, the best of it every day. And it isn't much, but that's just how much I appreciate what I have and how little I need to survive and be happy every day, because I think probably because I get what the good things are in life. But how do you get other folks to realize, how do you get these chuds to take self-inventory? Do you guys know what I mean by that, by self-inventory? This is what I have to be thankful for. This is what I have to be thankful for. This is what I have to be thankful for. Fucking A. Everybody's got 2 goddamn truckloads of shit they can be pissy about. What do you have to be thankful for? Why aren't you fucking focusing on that at least some of the time and realizing that that shit's only going to be expanded and, grow if you stop fucking being selfless or selfish. And that means stop focusing on the fucking 2 truckloads of fucking bullshit that you, like I said earlier, might have created in your life yourself anyways. 80% of it, 90% of it, 99% of it. Nonsense. Angela, what's up, sister? Cheers to you. Happy Friday. Thinking about you the other day. I promise you I was. You know me. I don't blow smoke up anybody's behind. It's good to see you. For sure, for sure. Angela says she's high frickin' maintenance. I don't believe that for a minute, though I believe that she deservingly spoils herself, probably. She should. Angela's done her time, done her things, raised her kids, being a good grandma, loves America, works hard. I hope the hell she spoils herself. Jay says if you earn $1 million each year, then you can afford it, even $2 million. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Jay, that's the sucky thing, right? Like, you know me, I hope, enough, and I think I know most of you guys well enough to know that we're not trying to impose our personal fucking ways of life and beliefs right down to the fucking nitty-gritty on everybody else. It's, we want folks to realize that you have to have, no. You have to, gosh darn it, Mrs. V popped in on me and asked me if I fed the dogs, and now I'm like, fuck, I'm in trouble. I did lose my train of thought. It'll come back to me, possibly. I don't know. I can just live with so... I guess I'm frustrated because I absolutely accept that nobody should live the way I do. I'm not suggesting that anybody should just be thankful and be happy for every bit of their life. I mean, they should be thankful for everything they have in their life, but good, I should say. But I guess that's kind of in the same sense as, you know, I'm not comfortable with taxing the fuck out of the rich just because they're rich. It's, I have a, you guys, I'm all about personal liberties, you know. I'm all about folks being able to live how they want. It's just very heartbreaking and discouraging. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe maybe the more we come together isn't the best solution, right? Sounds pretty fucking stupid, doesn't it? But maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I'll never know. Maybe I will. Maybe one day when we pass on that, some things will be revealed. Who knows? Angela says she's the opposite of it. I would have never guessed you to be high maintenance like as a partner, that's for sure. I can see folks our age spoiling themselves at our point in life, so there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, exactly. Jay says revenue will eliminate deficit. We can't reduce debt when we run deficit. Jay, and I brought this up before, right? Like, I wish I had, maybe I should talk to A-Bear or maybe Mighty or somebody who's good with statistics. Like, A-Bear's a writer, and I know Mighty would be good on stats. Like, you take someone like Bezos, who's worth what, $270 billion or something like that, 170 billion, a lot, right? Like close to $200 billions with a big fat B. So and I did the math before, and it came out to like $1 billion or some stupid shit. If he gave, I think it was, he had 36,000 employees when I did the 2 years ago or something. If he gave each one of them like, what was $175,000, that if he gave every one of his 35,000, and maybe anybody's all OCD about the math can get me straight on this if you want. Otherwise, I'm not worried about it. 35,000 employees, $175,000 a piece. You're going to get a very small percentage of them that are going to quit and go do their own thing. But hang on. The folks that quit, those jobs need to be filled. Their position needs to be filled, right? So, again, I said it's going to be a small percentage of folks that quit after getting that fucking $175,000 bonus. And they're going to, but those positions, there's new jobs for a handful of folks. The people that did leave because they got a $175,000 bonus, they left because now they feel like they have an opportunity to do their own thing, right? Their own little business, be self-efficient as far as their income, right? Create their own income, possibly hire a person, possibly hire 5 people, maybe not. But regardless, they're going to go out and start their own thing. And most of them are probably going to be successful at it, I would think, or go right back into the workforce, which is fine. That money, it's like tax refunds for the middle class, middle class, lower middle class, and poor, right? Those folks aren't just like, nah, like giving a multi-millionaire a fucking $1 million tax break. He isn't going to go out, or she isn't going to go out and buy a new mansion. It's just going into their fucking bank account and going to sit there. But if you give American middle class people $1 million worth of tax breaks, they're spending every fucking dime of it, you guys. Every dime. When you give someone some sort of break or give them a raise, not necessarily just a tax break, because for the most part, folks making less than $35,000, $40,000 a year in a family tax filing, they're not paying federal income tax, and they're probably paying very little state income tax. I don't know how many of you realize that, but any 2 people or more filing $40,000 or so. I don't know what the exact numbers are because it changes every year with our tax code. They're not paying federal taxes. So when Trump does something like says, you know, I'm saving Americans a bunch of putting money back in their pocket. No, you're not. They don't make enough for the tax break that they're going to get, which is a percentage based, to make any fucking difference in their life unless they count going out for one extra night a year, having pizza, some beers, and going to a movie, because that's probably $300 fucking dollars now. That improving their life. So when you give these folks, when someone like Bezos, Jesus Christ, am I beating a dead horse? This is real. It kills me. I really wish I had the opportunity to see if I'm a fucking animal or I can actually live by what I speak, you know? Give me a chance to be in Bezos' position. I know, you judge are probably like, yeah, TV, you'd fucking give away your whole fucking fortune to a bunch of fucking DEI liberals. Maybe I would. Yeah, Angela says, Jay, they can lie about everything they want because if you tell the truth, like on labor stats, you lose your job. Yeah, that's insane. Angela, James broke that news to us that Trump was fired the fucking his labor whatever because he didn't get the jobs report numbers that he wanted. Holy yikes. Seriously, you guys know what a fucking absolutely lovable, super intelligent, well-informed, but crazy bastard James is. My brother. Thought for sure 100% he was just fucking being a goofball. I don't know. Is there a fucking more crazier firing so far? Yeah, it's insane. Angela says, yeah, because she reported honestly. It's insane. B says there's a lot of things people should be teaching their kids. Yeah, I'll tell you, B, because of my attitude towards politics while raising the kids, I lost ground on that. And it's not that some of them aren't involved now, but I blew an opportunity to influence them in a way that I now believe in, right? And that hurts me a little bit, but you just keep fucking living by example. Yeah, that is crazy. They craft their own talking points off the bracket cuts and omit the long from exclusive cuts. Yeah. Angela says we'll never be able to trust any stats again. Not under this administration. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Well, that's what it's just pure, sister. That's Trump's whole thing is just fucking pure propaganda, manipulation, complete fucking denial, just a complete reversal of what the actual truth is, alternative facts, so on and so on. And all I wanna do is chew some gum. I got a feeling that the only one. So now we have 39 votes. Will President Obama be indicted? 74% say yes. 26% no. I can't vote actually in this poll, but yeah, I don't see how he's indicted, but I do not completely I mean, you guys, I haven't looked it up for sure, but I'm sure anyone here can probably tell me, like, Obama will only be arrested when he's indicted by a grand jury, correct? Like, that's the only way. Like, they can't really bring legitimate charges against him in any other way. Am I understanding that correctly? Like, there'll have to be a grand jury put together to say that these are, chargeable crime or whatever. There's enough evidence here to suggest he committed a crime. Yeah, I'll even elaborate on that, Jay. If you need an accountant, you can afford to pay taxes. Or if you use one, period, whether you can afford it or not, or should have one. If you have one, then you have more money than, or you can afford to pay taxes anyway. Yeah. Yeah, Angela says there's no way. Am I right on that then, sister? Yeah, there's no way Obama is going to be. I don't think so either. I mean, like, if it was just, I think I don't know if it was earlier in the stream because I'm just so fucking wound up. Like, I think I said that the only way, like, if Bondi was just somehow able to bring charges herself, I'll be honest, I don't know exactly how all that works. When a prosecutor can just bring charges, or when there has to be a grand jury, or if it's always the choice, because I myself have been on the defendant side of the law. I know. The hell I say, right? And you always defend going into a trial, no matter how small it is, I think. You have, other than misdemeanors, and I don't know about that. I don't think I've ever even been, I don't know if I ever considered that or not. Not that I considered the one time I did have the option, but you, as a defendant, you have the option of a jury trial. So, but we're talking before that would even happen for sure. Well, Jay says he was the president's part of his job. He has presidential immunity and blah, blah, blah. I know what you're saying, brother. Exactly. Like, it's not either he does or he doesn't. We feel like, and I know what you're saying. Like, we wouldn't want Obama to have presidential immunity if he fucking was fucking just criming, right? Because that's not helping anybody. He wasn't. But, yeah, I know. I get what Jay's saying there. The thing is he just is, all he did was ask the DNI to reevaluate the report, right? To reevaluate their investigation into the Russian conclusion. That's all he did. It's crazy. I don't know. Like, I went over the Gabbard's DNI release, right? Last week or a week ago or so. And so it's just, well, anyways, I guess it's just most likely a distraction, because every minute that we spend sitting here talking about Obama is a minute that we're not reminding or talking about Trump being a child rapist. So it's, yeah. I mean, I guess it's working in some sense, but it's not making any of that go away. We're capable of holding two thoughts at once. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Angela. They had 2 committee hearings, correct, on whether or not to impeach Biden while he was still in office. 2 separate hearings, like weeks apart. Like they were trying it again, as you know, the second time, and it's disgusting. Yeah. What is it? What do we got? There we go. There's the face of the fucking Republican Party, you guys, with ketchup on it. Yeah, see, well, that's, Jay, you bring up a good point there, and I wish I could, maybe it was a Bulwarks piece that I watched, but they got into that, somebody I had seen just recently got into that very thing a little bit heavier, and how we have pretty much, because of the Republican Party, though, brother, that we have pretty much conceded, the Congress pretty much conceded their power. Being, we say it's a balanced 3-branch government, checks and balances. I don't know for sure, and you guys might be able to correct me on this, if there's the word equally balanced is ever used in any sort of formal description or legal description of Congress. But Congress clearly is, I'll tell you real quick why I think this, is the most powerful, though it is a balance of powers, one comes out on top, and that is Congress. And I'll tell you why I think that is because it's made up of 535 members, right? That is what gives it its stability and all its strength and ability to fight back against corruption or, just insane, overreaching powers, right? Like you have to have kind of what we have seen with Republicans, and I can't deny that it hasn't happened, that the Democrats don't use. I mean, that's what a majority power is about. You use that power, but it's never been used in such a really deliberate, disgusting way like the GOP has. And basically, I think the Republican led Congress had, and I include the Senate in this, has seceded their powers, right? Like they've just kind of relinquished that little bit more of power in our 3-branch system to the executive branch. It's clear, right? Whether it's because they don't have any spine. Oh, I gotta be careful on that shit. It really makes me fucking sick how fucking cowardly these fucking upper middle class and rich folks on the right are the ones that are elected officials. It's really hard for me to swallow, you guys. It's one of the worst. It really fucking drives up my anxiety and blood pressure. It's just makes me angry, man. I'll be honest with you. It makes me angry because it's their arrogance, right? It's their arrogance that they're just fuck you. That's how they are. They're like, fuck you. I know exactly what a piece of shit fascist I am. Come do something. That's what they're saying to us, man. It's really hard for me to take. Yeah, exactly. Jay nails it. Congress is given. That's what I was saying. Congress is giving away their power. They have, without a doubt. Laura, what's up, sister? thanks for hooking that up on the membership. I appreciate you. Shout out to Laura Malcolm. Joining the Blue Crew. You got to give the fucking membership tag some sort of name. So I'm like, they're not all wrenches. The Blue Crew is the fucking libs, man. Yeah, thanks, sister. I love you. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. You know how much I love and appreciate your time anyways. Laura says I got paid, I got food, and I got gummies. Jay says another answer to overturning SCOTUS is expansion of the court without a constitutional amendment. Yeah, Jay, I got to give you, this is why I appreciate so many of you folks, because you bring a lot of fucking good shit. You know, and I'll get chuds that'll say, TV, you fucking do your stream so you can sit there and spew your fucking ignorant opinions. It's like, no, I do these streams because I got a lot to learn. And you don't fucking learn that by sitting there fucking running shit around in your own head. You got to listen to folks. You have to listen to the people that are just like you or not at all like you. You have to fucking listen. And Jay was the first one that I heard talk about the number of federal courts that we have and how that should correspond with how many Supreme Court justices we have and how it doesn't currently. Yeah, right on, brother. Everybody has something to teach. Exactly. Because they are the only ones, no matter how hard we try, and fucking hats off to those of us who try, who want to do their best to get a feeling of what it's like to walk in other shoes, because I know I do. I know many of you do. I think that's kind of why we're all come together at times, is because we enjoy experiencing other folks. Yeah. Everybody has something to teach us, because no matter how we try, we can't quite know what it's like to walk in their shoes, but they know what it's like. Yeah, Jay says 13 districts says currently we have 9 Supreme Court justices. I bet it's early yet, ain't it? Hell yeah. I'm glad I got going early. I would have had way too much anxiety if I had waited till 8 o'clock, which is only 23 minutes ago. It would have been 2.5 hours, you guys, that I would have been sitting here anticipating this stream, and it would have killed me. I'd have probably ended up fucking pulling the ripcord. I'm not even kidding you. That's how bad TV gets sometimes. Also why I love you. So I appreciate it. I hope you understand when I get fucking just running my mouth and yapping. Just trying to calm down. Trying to get rid of all the yucky stuff, you know? Like I'm not a victim. I hope I don't ever sound like I'm some sort of super empath. I don't think that at all about myself. But I tell you, man, shit seems like it affects me. It does. I don't think I talk about that a lot because it seems weird, like I'm fucking pining for sympathy or some bullshit. I know you guys get it. I know you do. It's taxing, right? It's exhausting, isn't it? So exhausting, I need to go fill up my cup. We've been at it for like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Did you guys see that fucking dipshit next to me? That's a nothing burger. That's all hand work, hand done, freestyle artwork on that burger. Maybe not the whole burger. Forgive me. The nothing. That's all handwritten. I might have to redo that with like Gabbard or something fucking stuffing her fucking gob. What do you guys think? Do we need to do Gabbard with a big fat fucking nothing burger? Am I going to get trouble if I get all pissy and call her a nothing burger? All right, you guys hang tight. I'll be right back. Give me like 5 minutes or something. I got to go brew a cup of coffee, all right? Should we do a little bit? You guys want to hear a tune? I won't bother you with it. I'm ready to listen to some more music, but I'll be right back. I made it back. Oh, I got yapping. I know, that's hard to believe, right? I went downstairs to do a BRB and make a cocktail, and then I started yapping at Mrs. V. Imagine that. She's probably like, don't you have a fucking stream to do, you dumbass? Jay says our girl Tulski, nothing burgers come with a free side of borscht. What is that? Those are borscht is beets, right? For some reason, I thought it was like some sort of really lame, bland potato dish. But I believe somebody told me that it was beets. Was beets, which I like beets, but I don't know what exactly how borscht is prepared. I am fucking Polish, Scottish, and Dutch, so there's not much I won't eat. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be good. It's gonna be. I'm ready to fucking get it on, to be quite honest with you. Bring on that fucking Obama investigation. Or is that what they're doing now? Let's fucking let's see what they got. Where they be. You know, you guys too, I understand that it's been since 2019 that Epstein supposedly offed himself, and I'm still not like, my thoughts are still that he did kill himself. But gosh, man, I don't know how many of you guys have followed the video from the jail house, the report, the initial investigation of Epstein's supposed suicide, right, done by the jail, the investigation into it done by the FBI, the now current reports or released by opinions, I guess. I don't know exactly what kind of official releases they've had because there's so much shit out there. Man, the inconsistencies are real, and again, I still am not, I still tend to believe that Epstein, or the most likely scenario is that he killed himself. I mean, I think it's more like, I don't know. I guess all three possibilities are equally as possible. Or, he killed himself, someone killed him, or he paid his way out. I don't know. The video footage from the jailhouse is fucking so just like, how does all this kind of, and I'm not saying it's impossible that these coincidences, like all the cameras but one being out on that particular day or that time, and then the missing minute, which supposedly there is no such thing as a missing minute, the clear editing of the video that was released by the FBI is just it's a fucking joke. I mean, there's a cursor and a highlighted circle floating around on like 15 seconds of the video. It's like, come on. That's a screenshot. It's so easy. I'm not even that great at it, but you guys can go into hit the properties on any of your, left click any of your, or right click any of your properties, or right click any of your photos, video files, and hit properties, and you can see how like every device has its own signature. And I know you guys, probably most of you know this, and that shit can be hidden or cleared before you would repost it or make a new copy or file of it. But They didn't even bother to do that. Is it Annie's birthday, Laura? Oh, Annie is back for a second. Popped in and said he's back. Well, if it's your birthday, Annie, happy birthday, brother. God, there's a ton of fucking... Well, it's August 1st now, isn't it? I was going to say we have a lot of July birthdays in my family. A couple days ago. Yeah, a lot of July birthdays, period. Like Canada and, you know, myself, Mrs. V, our youngest, my uncle. Seen there are some chuds that were yapping about their birthdays in July. Macaroni, howdy to you, mother brother. Cheers. Laura says mom is 89 on Monday. Jesus, she's a beauty. August 4th, huh? I'm waiting for my waiting for a spam. We're not gonna get one. God damn it, I fucked up. I really wanted to take a spam call online or while I was on the stream. Could almost consider my daughter calling me a spam call. Yeah, Max says happy birthday to mom, to Laura's mom for sure. Well, you guys know how we roll. She'd be everybody's mom. At 89, she's a mom, period. Yeah, you're welcome. I know you'll share all our good wishes to her with her. My do-rag keeps riding up. I had to fucking take it off and tighten it because it was riding down, but... Should do another quick... Alright, something got weird now with my... Well, that's a bummer. Let me see. Hey, give me a quick second, guys. Like 60 seconds. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm going to clear out a bunch of my shit to see if I can get my desktop news feed back up. And all I want to do is chew some gum. I got a feeling I'm not the only one. I like a good beer buzz early in the morning. I should do like a montage of that tune and every day is a winding road. Sorry, Cheryl. I love you. I had a fucking thing for her for a minute too, boy, I tell you. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Such a good tune. I've been living on, what is it, coffee and nicotine cigarettes. Didn't she drive with a delivery guy or something that was born on the 4th of July? And she always really wondered if this was really happening. Didn't she drive with a delivery guy or something that was born on the 4th of July? Something's going. It's probably going to take. I bet I have an update on my computer. And she always really wondered if. Well, whatever. This was really happening. My news feed. My happening. Drop down news feed. I just wanted to look at some headlines a minute before I fuck off. Didn't she drive with a delivery guy or something that was born on the 4th of July? Something's going. It's probably going to take. I bet I have an update on my computer. And she always really wondered if. Well, whatever. This was really happening. My news feed. My happening. Drop down news feed. I just wanted to look at some headlines a minute before I fuck off. Didn't she drive with a delivery guy or something that was born on the 4th of July? For sure, Laura. Laura says probably going to take. I bet I have an update on my computer. And she always really wondered if. Speaking of Great Granny Green, really happening. My news feed. My happening terms earlier. Drop down news feed. I just wanted to look at some headlines a minute before I fuck off. Didn't she drive with a delivery guy or something that was born on the 4th of July? For sure, Laura. Laura says probably going to take. I bet I have an update on my computer. She always really wondered if. Speaking of, I have. Sorry. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I turned the volume on my YouTube channel for some reason. Yeah, I did. I had like I don't ever use the chat on my like I could use a chat doc on the streaming software. I don't know why I don't ever, just because I try to keep that fucking window on my software, streaming software, as clear as possible. Like right now you got me, the countdown clock, and my logo. So yeah, I always read chat from the YouTube feed, and sometimes I end up unmuting it. Every day is a winding road. Oh, is that right? Laura says OBS won't let you drop links. I didn't know that. So I would have, if I wanted to drop links, I would have to have a YouTube window open anyways. Thanks, Laura. Yeah, I never use it anyway because it just, for whatever reason, it feels awkward or uncomfortable. You having the, and I could move it to my other monitor, like I could move that dock, as you know, from my streaming software monitor to the other monitor, but then as soon as I click anything else, it gets buried. Yeah. No, thanks for hollering at me, Laura. You know how irritated I get when I don't, because I can't hear myself back through the headphones, which I don't have on anyways, but usually when I run the audio like this, I can't. When I'm streaming other, like browser or a feed with the volume, for the last couple months, I've been using the browser, like the OBS volume or audio control. So then I can only hear it with you guys on YouTube, and then I get stuck hearing myself if I'm yapping. Laura says Patty Whackers is going to try out StreamYard. Yeah, she said she got a new camera or mic or both, maybe. New mic, I think. And I did see she was streaming the other night, I think, when I was streaming. I think it might have been Sunday. Yeah, I think that was the last time I streamed because Laura does her Sunday Yap stream, and I think I popped in there and said hi to you guys, and then I streamed afterwards. Yeah, I feel like Patty Whackers. I don't know why I didn't get a notification for her, but I don't know, like, you know how to just do a 9+ on your bell, but then if you look over at your browser, if you highlight whatever windows you have open, it'll say like plus fucking 70. She's going to try tomorrow, right on. Yeah, I think, well, the only person I seen saying something about protests was Patriot Pete yesterday. And and I forgot what he said, that this something about fucking oligarchs or something. I don't know. But I was all under the impression for the last 2 fucking Saturdays that there was some sort of good trouble protest that never happened. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm ready for it. If anything happens. Oh, what was I just looking at? SoCal Shorts. Gotta give that dude. I mean, I don't know what's up with him, but gotta give him credit for, give him shout out, props for, woo! I missed a police chase 9 hours ago. That ended in a deadly crash. Wow, it looks like the Senate is still live tonight and working. There's a little bit of a protest outside the ICE detention facility in downtown LA right now. Just watching SoCal Shorts. But he's been, again, I was trying to say, he's been out there every night since those initial ICE raids on that Thursday night several weeks ago. B asked what's up with the Montana shooting. One of our chatters mentioned that, right? Was it Aaron? Laura asked if I seen her new song lyrics, The Oligarch Zoo. Did you email them to me, sister? Laura, I seen a did I comment on your video? The last one you did was really fucking good. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. I know. I think you sent me some lyrics not long ago because we were yapping about an original tune or something. But anyways, that made me think one of the last political videos you posted was really fucking good. Yeah, like you and A-Bear are doing really well on that shit. Oh, it was a Mac Dog. Thanks, B. Let me do a little search. Be nice. and see what kind of hizzy shizzy we come up with. Oh, wow. Here we go. If it loads. Alright, I only have to change my window. Fucking beauty. Beauty, eh? As you guys can clearly see, this is from Associated Press. Montana manhunt. I'm already subscribed to your YouTube channel, but whatever. Montana manhunt continues after 4 killed in a shooting at a bar. I'm going to have to expand this. Hang tight. TV's eyes are not the eyes of an eagle. A shooting at a Montana bar. This is August 1st, 7:31 p.m. Eastern Time. So, oh, wow. How did he... Oh, this was posted then. I was going to say, that was... Fucking Mac was here... So it's 9 o'clock. Well, this was posted anyways. Sorry. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So this was posted an hour and a half ago from AP. A shooting at a Montana bar left 4 people dead Friday, prompting a lockdown in a neighborhood several miles away as... Wow, weird. Let me read that again. A shooting at a Montana bar left 4 people dead Friday, prompting a lockdown in a neighborhood that was several miles away from the bar, apparently where the shooting took place. I'm guessing somebody was barricaded. As authorities searched for the suspect in a wooded mountainous area. Strange. The shooting happened around 10:30 a.m. at the Owl Bar in Anaconda. According to the Montana Division of Criminal Investigations, which is leading the investigation, the agency confirmed 4 people were pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect, who was identified as 45-year-old Michael Paul Brown, lived next door, according to public records, and bar owner David Quirter. Wow. Do we have any pictures of this guy? I smell a trumper. Oh, yeah. I smell a trumper. There he is. I'm going to skip right to... I'll go back to that AP article because I want to finish seeing what they had to say, but... Yeah, fuck this. This is 4 hours ago. Let's go back to the AP article. All right, so according to public records, he lived next door to the bar. This, oh, I already fuck it. Michael Paul Brown. The bartender and 3 patrons, were killed, said Guerder, who was not there at the time. Guerder is the owner of the bar, by the way. He believed the 4 victims were the only ones present during the shooting and was not aware of the prior conflicts between them and Brown. Wow. So, obviously, we've all probably have those bars or know those bars. Maybe even went into one. Maybe if we worked a 3rd shift job or something, we might have been having a cocktail at 3 or 10:30 in the morning. So I can imagine that it wouldn't have been a busy bar, especially Anaconda, Montana. Like, how many people are in that fucking town? 5? And 4 of them were at the bar. Yeah, it says that he was not aware of any prior conflict between the assailant and the folks in the bar. He knew everybody that was in the bar. I guarantee you that, Girder said. He didn't have any running dispute with any of them. I just think he snapped. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty weird. And I would think at this point, like now, that if the owner, well, certainly he had been interrogated or questioned, I guess. I don't know if interrogated is the right word. He didn't have anything to do with the killings, but yeah, certainly you would think that the police would ask him if, and he would have had to hopefully have answered honestly if there was any sort of animosity between the assailant and the folks in the bar. So, and he says there wasn't, which, yeah, weird. So, but I have to say, though, he said he didn't have any running dispute with any of them. I just think he snapped. And that's a pretty direct thought, right? Like, that's a pretty specific thought to say, I just think he snapped. Like, why would you come to that conclusion, especially knowing the person, if that isn't exactly what happened, right? And you would have some sort of history or background to go, yeah, he was always a great guy, and never gave anybody in the bar any trouble, but he was agitated about some things politically, this, that, whatever, right? Brown's home was cleared by a SWAT team, and he was last seen in the Stumptown area, just west of Anaconda, authorities said. More than a dozen officers, a dozen? Wow, that's a lot for a fucking guy that just killed 4 people. More than a dozen officers from local and state police converged on that area, locking it down so no one was allowed in or out. A helicopter was hovered over a nearby mountainside. As officers, how could a dozen people lock down a mountainside? I'm really interested in this story now. I need to find out any updates on if this guy's been caught at all. Clearly that helicopter is also going to have infrared, though they're probably not looking at that being of much use, I would guess, until it gets dark. Brown was believed to be armed, the Mountain Highway Patrol said in a statement. As reports of the shooting spread through town, business owners locked their doors and shelters inside with customers as Caterpillars to Butterfly's Childcare. At Caterpillars to Butterfly's Childcare, a nursery a few blocks from the shooting scene. Owners say... All right. Okay, so it sounds like he's in a pretty fucking rural area in the mountains. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. I won't be streaming too much longer. Alright, so this is why I don't ever fucking use Google. Come on. This is why I don't ever use Google Maps, though. So this is shit. God, why is it such poor quality? I always use Google Earth, even though for some reason you don't hear people using Google Earth very much. Oops. Yeah, see, I'm trying to treat it like Google Earth, and it won't. All right, so God damn it. I'm terrible at this. I really want to get better at being able to bring you guys some street views and maps of situations or of areas. So I'm trying to, there we go. Scroll through this little town a second, just so you guys can get an idea of, because this is pretty much what I envisioned was, this is a town of 9,000 people. Just trying to find where the bar may be located. All right, I'm struggling. This is probably absolutely disgusting to sit here and try and fucking look at. Did they say something about Hearst Lake Trailhead? Anaconda is about 75 miles southeast of Missoula, in a valley hemmed in by mountains. A town is about 9,000 people, which is about 10 times the size of, or 7 times the size of my town. Founded by copper barons, provided in the 1800s, blah, blah, blah. The owner of the Firefly Cafe in Anaconda said she locked down her business at about 11 a.m. on Friday. I'm just trying to, it's why I'm going through this, because I just want to know, like, where the bar is in relation to these mountains that they're looking at, or this mountain area that they locked down. That's the only reason why I was looking at it, because I was wondering, like, how clean of a path he had, getaway path he had. All right, here's from the Washington Post. This is the latest report I'm seeing. Kills 4 in Anaconda bar. Search for suspect underway. So he is still at large. I can't imagine. I mean, I assume by now, you guys, this was. So the AP report we were just reading was an hour and a half ago, basically. And I don't know how fucking delayed they're. I mean, AP's pretty good, right? Like, a dozen. This happened at 10:30 in the morning. This happened, more than 10 hours ago. They have to have a fuckload more people on it than a dozen by now, I would assume. I hope. I mean, even though it seems like this guy's probably in survival mode now, he's not looking to do any more damage or kill any more people, hopefully. Doesn't mean he won't defend himself to the bitter end, but... yeah. they are just, wow, I'm going to have to get on that and see what kind of live news feeds we have on the ground there. Crazy. Whew. Yeah, wild one, man. Well, what is that, you guys? How many mass shootings is that this week? Is that 3? One was maybe my days are running together. Maybe it's been the last 10 days or so, but we had the Walmart attack here in Michigan. We had the shooting in Las Vegas. We had the shooting in Las Vegas, New York City, and now today in Montana. Yeah. All within a few days. Laura calls her mom and Annie just big pussycats. Annie, I just want to say again, brother, I love and appreciate you. I really do, man. It'd be cool one day if we could fucking hook up. I don't know if they'll let me in to Canada. You might have to vouch for me or whatever. I don't even know if Canada will allow you to vouch for anybody. You might just be as sketchy as I am. Yeah, Mrs. V is a Leo by a couple days. You know, it's strange too because apparently Leos and Cancers get along pretty well, which that would be me and Mrs. V, but I've always thought that and I'm not into the astrology thing. But Mom always beat me over the head with it. So I remember Mom would read her fucking daily horoscope to me. You see what that says, son? Do you see what that says? And look what happened. Go back and she'd read me back a couple days before, her horoscopes from a couple days before. See how that worked out? Yes, Mom. Yeah, Scots too. That's right. That's right. That's right. Cajun Canadian. Hey? I wish I could speak a little. I can't. I don't think I can. I can get some Southern draw going. I can't get that fucking New Orleans Cajun draw going, though. They got all kinds of funny R's and all that good stuff. I can't even begin to get close. Steph, what up, sister? Stephanie B in the house. 5 days ago, 3 teens were shot at a house party here in Stockton. Wow. Oh, maybe I seen that. I'm not sure if I seen that or not, Steph. Steph, you can post links here now. Did you know that? Laura, did you know that? Did you know that just anybody can post a link in the fucking chat now? You can't. It's not clickable, but it'll post. It's strange. Oh, shut up, Laura. You're fine. Fucking post away, dude. Do that. Post furiously. Fuck that shit. I had some idiot. These fucking chuds. I just can't. It's like I have a great life. I love yapping with you guys about all kinds of different things. But it doesn't. My mind just doesn't stay there for long. I just keep fucking referring back to what a fucking mess we're in. So this fucking idiot says to me, He's like, look at TV. How many times did you post in the last minute? I'm like, I don't know, 6 or 7 fucking times. Yeah, I could have probably fit it into like a paragraph, but are you going to read that shit? Fuck no. 5-word statements, bitch. Fucking me posting 6 times in a minute doesn't suggest I'm angry. Just ask me. I'm fucking angry. Yeah, that's funny. Laura brings up the porn bots, the XYZ, and oh my god. Should we see if we can take a look at my block list a second? All right, you guys, I'm sharing some personal info here. Welcome TV2. Here we go. You guys see all my settings there? Contact info saved from interactions off. All right, here's my block list. Look, it ain't that bad. Right? TV is not a fucking hater. It's my personal block list. 372 people. You know what I love about this, Laura? There we go. There's the porn bot. Love Chat XYZ adult dating site. Then Zachary the Great. Laura, you're probably not familiar with Zach, but Zachary Tyler Holloman is the Family Guy. Just a quick history background thingy on Zachary. He likes the Jeep Jamborees, and he does them with his family. So there's 2 Zachs. There we go. Again, another fucking porn bot. Trans Putler. I don't even know. Somebody changed their name apparently. Another porn bot. There's a Billy Hayden and a fake JC. Yeah, a lot of odd ones. There's another Billy Hayden, a fake Howie, or a Howie clone. MK Ultra is a dipshit. Sarah is a Muslim bot, or Quran bot, however you want to say it. She likes posting a lot of that bullshit. Propaganda Pete, there's somebody that hates Patriot Pete, our longtime brother from Mighty Streams. There's Mohawk Boy, just another fucking shot at TV. 1, 2, 3 more porn bots. Another Billy Hayden, another Jihad JC. There's a John Owens clone. Couple more porn bots. Holy wow, look at that one. Webcamschat.com, hot girls and boys video chat. Yikes. Some racist chuds. More. Yeah, look at that. Is anybody keeping track? Because I don't know. We're over like 10 porn bots now, right? There's Dave Incel, who is really obsessed with me. Pretty creepy dude. MAGA owns you lefties. He has a lot of that style names. There's another one. This is MAGA America. That's all the same cat. John Owens. That's the same guy. Dave Incel from California. Some Mighty clones. Yeah, look at that, you guys. Do you see the fucking bullshit? 372 blocks I have, and it's porn bots, which, like Laura mentioned, has kind of faded, thankfully. But it's clones. Look at Mrs. V. I didn't even notice that the first time through. Mighty. Look at, there's 2 Mighty fucking clones right there in the same screen. Shit ton more porn bots. You will see some TV2 lives in here too. Fred clone. There we go. TV2 Queen Cry Harder. This is TV2 Live, all mega. That fucking dipshit bully fucking copped my actual face off a live stream and put a dunce cap on me. More Billy Hayden. Billy Hayden's up the ass. More Dave Incels. Trumpers for America. That's Dave Incel. There's another TV2 Live Proud Boy. I know I got some J's in here too. There's a Dave Oz clone. Bird Dog clone. James clone. Jeez, a lot of Billy Haydens. Those aren't clones, though. I'll bet you most of those Billy Haydens are actually Billy Hayden. That dude's fucked up. God, more Dave Incel is a fucking freak. I tell you what, I've really had to check myself on telling motherfuckers I'd punch them in the fucking end of their nose. I don't give a fuck. I told Ty that. I'm like, dude, you might whip my fucking ass, but don't think for a second that if we were face to face, I'd fucking cower. That ain't how it works. Sorry. Some of the shit I do take a little personal, I guess. It's like, motherfuckers, you want to really get shitty and personal with me? You're a fucking punk. You might whip my fucking ass, but you're gonna fucking work your ass off to whip my ass. I can take a beating anyways. You know how much I appreciate you guys? You could tell that I really needed to fucking push the Steam release valve. Even though I think I've done good. I was getting sick of... I was really disgusted on how much I was fucking swearing in my streams. I've cut that down a little bit. Yeah. There we go. There's a Retsy clone. Ratsky Chaos. I gotta have... I might have scrolled past it. I'm sure I got some J clones. There's another TV clone. Yeah. Bully, of course. Nelson. Did I see that? Yeah, Nelson. There's a Nelson clone. There we go. There's Dave and Kelly. Dave Incel, as I call him. All right. That's TV2's block list, you guys. Pretty, not very interesting, is it? I wonder how many chuds would have guessed that I'd have 3 times that many fucking people blocked. And it's just, really, it's literally like maybe 20 people at the most. So 370 some accounts that I have blocked are probably 20, a couple dozen folks. Sexy King Bob. Did you notice some screen names that I didn't? Yeah, that's funny. Are we partaking in Mother Nature? Oh! I plugged in my fucking dab pen, or my... I plugged in my vape pen, Laura, with what was left of a cart. All right, I got it on. This is... What do you guys use? Laura, do you do vape pens? Who does, I want to know who, talk to me. Because TV does the, I got my nectar collector right here. Which, by the way, yesterday, I heated up, took a hit, and then fucking set it on my mouse. There's a little divot right there from me fucking burning the shit out of my mouse with my dab pen. So I had to clean the fuck out of the dab pen, right? I mean, I didn't hit it while it hit the mouse, but there was fucking rubber all on the outside of it. So this has... You guys are never going to be... Why am I still on the fucking small screen anyway? Yeah, so on the end there's a dial, right? Not all of them have that. There's 4 settings for the temperature. Help. God damn it. What am I going to do, you guys? I don't want to end the stream, but I've been fucking at it for almost 4 hours, but I'm not going to go anywheres or go to sleep or do anything. Oh my God, this thing's killing me. Yeah. Double wide quick stop, midnight tea top, Jack and her Cherry Coke town. Mama and Daddy put the roots right here, 'cause this is where the car broke down. Yellow dog school bus, kicking up red dust, picking us up by the barbed wire fence. MTV on the RCA, no AC in the vents. And we were Jesus Save Me, blue jean baby, born in the USA. Trailer park, truck stop, faded little map doc, New York to LA. We were teenage dreaming, front seat leaning. Baby, come give me a kiss. Put me on the cover of the Uptown. Put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, Uptown, down on American Kids. All right. Whether you guys think so or not, or care or not, doesn't matter to me. I'm sending all my love to you. Jesus Christ, I appreciate you more than ever today. I do, for sure. Get out there, talk to some chuds, some Trumpers, some of these far-right fascist folks, and say, look, I want what's best for you, and I know you may not believe me, but if you just give me a second, I just want to suggest that maybe you stop being a complete fuck-up and supporting a child rapist. Yeah? Anyways. Be good, folks. I promise I'll see you soon, whether you like it or not. Peace and love. TV2 out like a mother, brother.